ended up finishing 4th in Group A, and that earned them this game against Brazil. It was a game that everyone in Group A wanted to avoid. Chile had been 6 games unbeaten before the game against Paraguay under Martín Lazarte since he came in at the start of the year. And that flat performance that led to that first defeat landed them here in Rio de Janeiro against Brazil. Nice little turn by Eric Pulgar there in midfield. And here's Alex Sanchez. Sanchez wriggles away from a couple of challenges and then runs into Casemiro, but wins a free kick. Pulgar and Sanchez, 2 big boosts for Chile. Certainly if Sanchez is 100% fit, Pulgar makes a big difference in their midfield, just protecting the defence, and allows Vidal and Aranguiz to move forward and try and link things together. And if Sanchez is close to 100% fit, then he could cause problems. Free kick then to Chile. It's going to be floated towards the Brazilian penalty area, you imagine. It is so by Aranguiz. It's headed away. Firmino. Has to go back in the end. And Brazil settle for a throw. The last time these two sides met in the Copa America was all the way back in 2007. In the quarter-finals that year, Brazil won 6-1. The ball looking there for the run of Neymar. Expect that Brazilian attack to be pretty fluid positionally, with Neymar, Richarlison, Roberto Firmino all happy to drift deep and out wide. 10 goals scored already, the top goal scorers in the Copa America. Can't really argue with the Brazilian attack. It's Vegas. Medel just goes back to Bravo there. Medel gave away a penalty in that defeat to Paraguay in the final group game, and then went off injured soon after. And at the time, it did cause a real concern for Chile because he was holding his thigh and needed some ice on it immediately. It looked as though he'd pulled something. Relief to see the pitbull available tonight at the heart of that back 5. Here's Gabriel Jesus. Inside to Roberto Firmino. Drops it off to Fred. Neymar. It's an intelligent ball out here for Danilo. Roberto Firmino. Here they are again, that quartet of attacking players just dropping in, switching positions. Danilo might pick this one up and he wins a free kick. Complaints from Eduardo Vargas, who was back helping out his side defensively, just catching the fullback. Fraction late into the challenge, Vargas. And for all of those attacking threats in the Brazil side, you've also got to look out for them here. Three-headed goals, the most scored by any team in this year's Copa America. Marquinhos, Eder Militao, the 2 centre-backs have already been on target. This one goes all the way through, takes a touch off Isla. It's going to be a corner. Thiago Silva, the closest to it. He comes into the side for Eder Militao after the Real Madrid defender scored in that draw against Ecuador. Lovely position for Chiche to be in, to be able to bring in players of the level of Thiago Silva. Brazil has some early pressure. Neymar with the corner. Headed away by Vidal. And Alexis Sanchez did just enough to ease it further away. Neymar picks this one up though. Spreads it out wide to Gabriel Jesus. And he looks to go and beat Eugenio Mena on the outside. The Racing Club fullback stands him up. Does very well. Casemiro. Danilo. Looking to find Neymar, but it skips all the way through in the end. Cross comes in, it takes a touch, and Claudio Bravo will collect that. Into a little bit of pressure from Roberto Firmino. Very interesting to see, with Chile switching to that back five, just how much we see Mauricio Isla on the right and Eugenio Mena on the left, trying to get forward in support of the attack. Good header from Vidal, hands it down for Vargas, drops it back there to Aranguiz. Here's Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez clips this one into the penalty area, looking for Vidal and Vargas, but it's an easy one for Ederson. Rodri. Fred. And here's Marquinhos. Will of course be expecting Brazil to see more of the ball. Chile will be pretty satisfied with that, as long as they can keep them in the areas of the pitch that they feel as though they can contain Brazil. We saw Colombia do that after taking an early lead in the group stage and then frustrate Brazil, and that was the Brazil side with Neymar, more similar to the 11 that we see tonight. And then Ecuador and then Neymar-less Brazil likewise. So perhaps there is something of a blueprint there to try and frustrate Brazil. Very difficult for any side in South America, whether you're Chile, Colombia or Argentina, to go toe-to-toe with this Brazilian side. It's a good break down this right-hand side. Two in the box to aim at, headed away by Thiago Silva. And there's maybe an early answer to my questions. Mauricio Isla getting forward down that right. He and Mena have to try and provide some width, given the formation. A shot from distance. And Ederson makes the comfortable save. Sebastian Vegas comes into the Chile side for his first start in this year's Copa America as they switch to those three central defenders. He's for Monterrey in Mexico. Neymar skips around Aranguiz with ease and then tries to slip in Richarlison. It's a good recovery challenge by Siralta. Vargas gets a bit lucky there with the bounce and is able to break forward. A bit of space. Aranguiz can't quite get the ball under control, but spins and volleys it to Vidal. Vidal. Here's Mena this occasion getting down the left. Mena crosses. And Marquinhos is able to head it away. He's given it away cheaply though on the edge of the box. Here's Alexis Sanchez trying to twist away from Casemiro. Loses the ball. It's been a decent start in the opening 10 minutes from Chile, who certainly don't look overawed by the occasion. Far too much experience, you feel, in this Chile side for that to be the case. Even if they are underdogs, there's no way the likes of Medel and Vidal would come into this admitting defeat already against the side even as good as Brazil. Marquinhos clears. It's out of play, but Chile asking questions of Brazil here early on. Good to see for the neutral. Siralta goes back to Medel. Here's Vegas. Pulgar. Looks to find Isla, who might get there. Tussles with Enan Lodji, neither of them get a free kick, and Harrison as well, left on the deck. This was the initial tussle between Isla and Enan Lodji, both feeling as though they should have earned a free kick. And then Richarlison, a moment later, goes down with an arm in the face from Francisco Sierralta. 2 red cards in the earlier quarter-final between Peru and Paraguay. Here's Richarlison floating out onto that far side. Just named in the Brazilian Olympic squad as well today, Richarlison, as he twists away from a challenge and goes onto the edge of the box. Here's Neymar. Neymar tries to wriggle away. Still with the ball, Neymar. Eventually it squeezes away to Gabriel Jesus. Brazil still in possession. Casemiro out to Enan Lodji, who can cross from the left. Over it comes, and Claudio Bravo collects. It was a Enan Lodji cross against Colombia that created the goal for Roberto Firmino, the equaliser. Atletico Madrid fullback starts tonight. Certainly with his attacking potential there as a threat for Brazil. Both fullbacks really looking to get forward and provide that additional width. Neymar, here's Danilo getting all the way forward, but more centrally, and he's got Gabriel Jesus with him. Danilo carries on his run. Gabriel Jesus plays a little 1-2, tries to go back again with the back heel for Neymar. There's a back heel from Alexis Sanchez to keep Chile in possession. Crossfield ball from Sanchez to Isla. Vidal lays it off for Isla. And looks for a return. Vidal over halfway into Aranguiz. Nicely worked this from Chile to get the ball forward to Alexis Sanchez. Sierralta can't find Isla, and gives the opportunity for Richarlison to break away. The Watford defender getting back to try and stop Richarlison, but he comes inside. Richarlison takes the shot on, bobbles in front of Bravo, but it's an easy save in the end. Just a little warning there for Francisco Sierralta, who gave the ball away cheaply. Vegas. To Pulgar. Back to Vegas as Chile look to bring it forward from the back once again. Aranguiz around the corner there. Into Alexis Sanchez, who's dropping very deep to try and initiate something, add some creativity behind Eduardo Vargas. Here's Vidal. He lays it off for Sanchez, who really is just floating around that area of the pitch. Brazil go all the way back to Edison. He finds Thiago Silva. On this occasion, the referee did get in the way, came off Patricio Lusto. And on this occasion, we'll have a drop ball. Colombian players perhaps watching in their team hotel ahead of their game tomorrow, thinking that's exactly what should have happened in their game. Vegas looks long, looking for Eugenio Mena, who brings that down well. Goes on the outside of Gabriel Jesus, has to cut back. Does so with Alexis Sanchez, who crosses to the back post. Mauricio Isla will get there. Isla Sierralta crosses this time. Sanchez is up, get the initial header on it, and he'll win this one. It is Sanchez. Turns, looking for a cross, but eventually Marquinhos comes in with a challenge and Brazil can bring it away. Gabriel Jesus, calmly done, and just rolls it back to Danilo. It's been a bright 17 minutes from Alexis Sanchez, if there were any concerns over his fitness. Neymar, Danilo, Gabriel Jesus into Neymar, and it's a nice first touch just to skip away from Eric Pulgar. Neymar with the outside of the boot, Gary Medel steps in, brings the ball down. Alexis Sanchez nods it down to Pulgar. Mena. And certainly in the opening passage of this game, Chile not just looking to sit back and get as many people behind the ball as possible. The midfield are breaking forward, they are leaving themselves open at times, and Neymar looks to exploit that, loses the ball on this occasion. Again, Chile look to come straight back the other way. Positive stuff there. Alexis Sanchez flicks this one over the top for Vargas, who's chasing. Vargas gets there, clips it over the top of Edison, just wide of the post. Well, it's going to be called back for an offside anyway. The flag coming very late. Let's take a look at this one again. Correct decision from the officials, just a fraction. The wrong side of Marquinhos. But the old duo, Sanchez and Vargas teaming up. And that's the threat for Brazil. Vargas has already scored twice in this year's Copa America. 14 goals in the Copa America in his career. And now there's a ball over the top for a chance in the other end as well. Charleston may not agree with that one. I think again it's the correct decision from the officials. Saved by Claudio Bravo anyway. Aranguiz, Vargas, space out there on the far side for Isla. Just to go back, didn't really have many options in the penalty area. Vidal. Vegas into Pulgar. Chile looking very comfortable on the ball, and Pulgar finds a bit of space for Vegas, who comes out of the defence. Sebastian Vegas looking for that next pass, just goes sideways to Arturo Vidal, gets the ball back. Vegas tries to thread it through, and the second time of asking, does find his man. Here's Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez skips away from one, has to turn away before the second challenge comes in, but keeps the ball still. Those white shirts just happy to stroke it around. Sanchez clips it towards the penalty area. Danilo gets up well to head it away. Immediately, white shirts swarm around Neymar. Initially, space behind as a long ball looking for a Charleston again, but Claudio Bravo steps off his line. Chile able to come straight back the other way with Mauricio Isla, who looks to go in behind for Vargas. It's intercepted by Thiago Silva. There's an ebb and flow about this one after 21 minutes. If you are unfamiliar with the form, favourites, you'd certainly put these two as fairly evenly matched so far. Here's Neymar from the edge of the box. It's a good ball in, and then it's a good chance. Clipped to the back post for Roberto Firmino, who just couldn't quite apply that finishing touch. The best chance of the game so far after 22 minutes, and no surprise to see Neymar at the centre of it. A wonderful ball to the back post, spots the run, weighted perfectly, and Roberto Firmino just couldn't quite get the touch he wanted on the volley at the back post. One goal already in this year's Copa America for Roberto Firmino. One of the few that started that game against Ecuador, the 1-1 draw last time out, but stays in the side this evening. He sees the first real chance of the game come his way. Still 0-0 at the halfway point in this first half. Vegas. Medel. First real warning sign then for Chile. It's flicked on well by Aranguis, and Sanchez will get there. Alexis turns into a bit of space and looks to clip the ball forward. Finds Mena. It's a good recovery challenge from Casemiro. Chile look to put Brazil under pressure in their own box. And they play it out only as far as Arturo Vidal. Vidal. Really high press from Chile. Here's Isla. Pulgar. Vegas. Back to Eric Pulgar. Nice little disguised ball, and didn't quite get on the same wavelength as Charles Aranguis. Now there's space for Richarlison. Richarlison running at the Chilean defence, comes inside a challenge, goes under. Well, goes down under the challenge of Francisco Ciaralta. Didn't look as though Patricio Lustó was going to give anything. And eventually the Argentine official brings his whistle to his lips, and Brazil have a free kick in a good area here. It's not far outside the penalty area. Quite a long way out on that left-hand side, but Neymar clutches the ball. And despite Marquinhos and Fred huddling round for a little bit of a discussion over this free kick, I don't think they're going to get the ball off Neymar. Only three in the Chilean wall at the moment, as they get their instructions from Claudio Bravo. A couple more have been added. Eduardo Vargas, a yard or so behind the wall as well, but Neymar's over it. Neymar clips it towards the Marquinhos, can't get the head on it. Second header, Medel away, and Sanchez eventually clears. Oh, Chile preparing for the Neymar shot, and in the end, almost the ball finding the head of Marquinhos, who's already scored in this tournament in the opener against Venezuela. And he wasn't far away from getting his head on there. This could be a chance here for Vargas at the other end. Wins possession. He's all alone, twisting one way, then the other. Takes the shot on. It's a good stop from Ederson. Excellent play from Eduardo Vargas. Completely alone. Twists one way, then the other, to leave Thiago Silva in his wake, and then fires the shot off from an angle. And it needed a really smart save from Ederson. It's behind for a corner. Chile comes straight back the other way after the pressure from Brazil. You can never write off Eduardo Vargas at a Copa America. Alexis Sanchez with the corner. Goes to the edge of the box, and it's a heavy first touch. And Brazil maybe can have a counter. Here's Neymar. Looks for Fred. Chile swarming back in numbers, just trying to hold up Brazil. Neymar on the ball, looks for the little nutmeg. Siralta does just enough to close his legs up in time, and in the end, Vidal wins a free kick. As I was saying, you can't write off Eduardo Vargas when it comes to the Copa America. The 2 goals he scored in this year's tournament take him on to 14, level with Paulo Guerrero, the Peruvian centre-forward, who obviously didn't make the Peru squad this time round. That's in joint third in the history books. There's 2 players on 15 goals, Lolo Fernandez, Severino Varela, and then joint leaders on 17. So Eduardo Vargas right in the record books. Danilo comes forward, his cross is deflected, goes to Claudio Bravo. Roberto Mendes of Argentina and Zezinho of Brazil. Decades ago with 17 goals to their name in the Copa America at the top of those rankings, but Eduardo Vargas just 3 behind them. Who knows? They could spring the upset this evening. Charlison. 2 with him, and Vidal gives away a cheap free kick. Not for the first time, and probably not for the last. Arturo Vidal unhappy with Patricio Lusto. As the complaints continue, he's now getting just his first telling off. Less than half an hour on the clock, and Patricio Lusto's had enough. Arturo Vidal has stretched the Argentine official to his limit after half an hour. No more. Chile have another free kick to defend here after half an hour. Neymar once again stands over it, wide on the far side. Plenty of players around the penalty spot. Neymar swings it in. Isla at the near post, heads it away, and Vargas gives chase and again wins the ball from Fred. Vargas, this time he has a bit of support. Alexis Sanchez is there. It's 3 against 3 momentarily. Sanchez tries to flick it towards the far post where Aranguiz had arrived as well, but it's behind for a corner. And it was Fred that gave the ball away there. For a moment, Eduardo Vargas was off on his bike once again. The latest Chile counter-attack does bring another corner kick. Taken on the far side, it's a header up and it's on goal, but Ederson makes the save comfortably. Francisco Sierralta it was who rose above everyone to get his head on that one. Just couldn't get the power or the direction to worry Ederson. Neymar with the quick feet to skip away from the challenge. Danilo still coming, takes a shot on, and it's whistling over the crossbar. It wasn't a million miles away though. An uncomfortable little hop in his goal from Claudio Bravo as he watched that one. Just over the crossbar. Danilo, one of the players to have featured in all the games so far, not necessarily from the start, but one of the few to have played 4 games so far in this year's Copa America. Not a million miles away from our opener there. Interesting to see Danilo, though, making those more central runs, allowing Gabriel Jesus to stay out wide. And Danilo, the fullback, making that more inverted run, supporting Neymar at times. Just opened up for him there to take the shots on. Now he's back in defensive position. Mena goes back to Pulgar. There's a switch onto the far side for Isla. And Logi quickly out to him. And Isla has to go back to Serralta. Serralta again. Cautiously goes to Medel, and Chile build from the back once more. Here's Pulgar. Flicks it behind, looking for Aranguiz, and finds him. He's kept in play, knocked back to Mena. Mena maybe can cross, does so towards Vargas. Headed away by Thiago Silva. Pulgar brings it down and takes on the most ambitious of volleys from distance. And from the moment it struck his boot, it was never going anywhere near Ederson's goal. Barring that cross for Roberto Firmino, hasn't been Neymar's evening so far. 33.5 minutes gone. There was maybe a question mark, given the performance against Ecuador, of just how reliant Brazil are on Neymar. Obviously a question we've seen asked for a number of years with Argentina, and how Messi plays, dropping deep, looking to get on the ball. We see Neymar now do that a lot for Brazil. Dropping deep, picking the ball up, looking to beat his man, find the type of passes that he just did for Roberto Firmino. And at times, as Argentina have found out, that reliance can be their downfall. With a little over 10 minutes to go in the first half, Chile will be very satisfied with how they've done so far. It's a dangerous ball from Fred. It finds its target in the end, and then Logi goes back to Thiago Silva. Here's Fred again. Marquinhos gets the ball back off Fred. Chile just happy to let Marquinhos have the ball there. As soon as it's played forward, then they spring into action. Danilo has to go back again. No forward pass available to him. Marquinhos switches it to Renan Logi to try and find a bit more space on that far side. And in the end, it's Neymar, as is so often the case, who drops to get on the ball. Neymar glides it onto this near side for Gabriel Jesus. He's got Danilo with him, but Danilo forced backwards to Marquinhos as Brazil slowly make inroads into the Chilean half. Thiago Silva and Marquinhos now setting up camp on the halfway to get Brazil going forward. Here's Casemiro. Danilo, again, just adding an extra body into that midfield at times, Danilo. Gabriel Jesus carries on his run, looks for the return of Roberto Firmino and gets there into the near post. Neymar it was who arrived with a little flick. Has been put behind for a corner. Lovely move, good interplay there between Roberto Firmino and Gabriel Jesus, and Neymar on this occasion couldn't apply the finishing touch. Got a little slither of a touch on it in the end. Francisco Ciralta puts it behind for a corner. Neymar takes it. Flicked on at the near post by Richarlison and over the heads of all his teammates in the 6-yard box. Roberto Firmino will keep it alive on the far side. Casemiro's a slip there by Renan Lodge in for a second. Just opened up the door for Chile to think they were going to nick the ball. It's Arturo Vidal. And Lodge just doing enough. After regaining his footing. Chile have thrown bodies forward in those positions when they've been able to pick the ball up and win it. Win the loose ball. Chile snap into the challenge as soon as it's played forward into Fred. And again, force the error. Neymar gives the ball away here. Vidal helps it on its way, hoping that Mauricio Isla arrives there on the overlap. He's not going to get there. It's been a really good opening half so far from Chile. Thiago Silva looks long for the run of Gabriel Jesus, and he's going to find him. Jesus crosses early. It's just in front of Roberto Firmino, who can't get there. No free kick given. It's going to go all the way back to Brazil. Neymar drops it off for Fred. He's running Lodge down the left. Neymar. Eventually two come to Neymar and he has to get rid of the ball. He's opened up a bit of space on this near side. Gabriel Jesus. Goes back to Danilo. Chile do a good job again of forcing Brazil back to their defence when they have to restart. Casemiro clips this one towards Richarlison, who takes a tumble in the box. Nothing given. It drops to Renan Lodge. Fred crosses from the left. Pulgar heads away. Good spell this for Brazil. Another cross from the left, and this time put behind by Isla for another corner. Richarlison just having words with Patricio Lusto, the referee, after this little tumble. In truth, Richarlison just gets his legs in a bit of a muddle. Absolutely nothing there. But Brazil do have a corner. Neymar will take it once more. Claudio Bravo comes and Claudio Bravo collects. 5 minutes before the break, still goalless then here in Rio de Janeiro. Brazil have won the last 4 matches in the Copa America against Chile. The last 4 times they've met, scoring 11 goals, conceding 1. All of these statistics just helping paint the picture of why Brazil are so firm favourites this evening. Last time Chile won against Brazil in the Copa America, 1993, a 3-2 win. Well defended again by Ciralta, and Chile look to bring it away. They can't get the ball at the moment. It's a strong finish to the half for Brazil, even if they aren't particularly threatening Claudio Bravo's goal. Neymar, Casemiro, Danilo, Out wide to Gabriel Jesus. Mena quickly out to him, and it's a good challenge. And then Gabriel Jesus gives away the free kick. Frustration on the face of the Manchester City forward. No real complaints there. Sebastian Vegas did well, stepped across and put his body in the way. Invited the touch. And now relieves a bit of that pressure for Chile. Put long by Claudio Bravo. Here's Eduardo Vargas. Sanchez, good ball there for Mena. Mena breaking forward down the left. Mena still going, and there's no one in the box. That low cross safely into the hands of Ederson. The only problem when Eduardo Vargas is involved in the build-up phase. When Mena or Isla get down to the byline, very little to aim at. Immediate pressure on Casemiro there. He does well just to swing it out onto the left-hand side. Roberto Firmino. It's a good ball forward into Neymar. Neymar tries to thread one through for Gabriel Jesus, and he finds it. Gabriel Jesus strikes it. It's a good save from Claudio Bravo. Tipped over the crossbar from the veteran goalkeeper, who hasn't had much to do in this half, but earned his keep once again. Slightly lucky with the bobble into his path there, Gabriel Jesus. Hits it with considerable force and fingertips from Claudio Bravo for another corner. Neymar. Headed away. And a free kick given around the edge of the box by Danilo. Chile can breathe once again as we approach the break. Bravo hits the free kick long towards Eduardo Vargas, who gets up well and wins it. Helps it on its way, and just caught there by a high boot. Free kick to Chile it will be, who are now questioning Patricio Lusto, trying to see if they can persuade the Argentine official into a first yellow card. It's not going to be swayed. Free kick a long way out. Charles Aranguiz stands over. Aranguiz towards the back post, headed away. Once again, Brazil look to counter with Richarlison. Just the 1 minute of added time here in Rio de Janeiro. Maybe one final chance for Brazil to take a lead into the break. Serralta does well to step across there. Cameras focusing on Alexis Sanchez. He's worked hard in this first half. The big question marks over his fitness coming into this one. Doesn't look entirely comfortable at the moment, it has to be said, Alexis Sanchez. Here he is, and that's a really poor pass as he's limping his way back. It looks as though Sanchez has picked up another knock here, and Chile will be able to assess that at the break. It's half-time here, still goalless. High five there between Vidal and the referee, who will probably be grateful for a 50-minute rest in his ears from Vidal. But regardless, still goalless here between Brazil and Chile in this Copa America quarter-final. 45 minutes for one of these two sides to find something. Otherwise, just as no such drama here so far. But the prospect of penalties still looms for both sides, as we see both sides making a couple of changes. No surprises for Chile to see Ben Brereton Diaz warming up down there. Alexis Sanchez made his return, finished the half in quite obvious discomfort. So Brereton Diaz will be on, we assume, for Alexis Sanchez here at the break. But we also saw there Lucas Paquetá preparing to come on for Brazil, who have found it difficult to break through this very resolute Chilean side. Lucas Paquetá then on for Brazil at the break. Gary Medel gives his Chilean teammates another pep talk. 45 minutes away here. They've done a terrific job so far of limiting Brazil. They've posed their own threat as well on the counter. And now have Brereton Diaz on, just to give that attack a little bit of a change. Brereton Diaz gives them a little bit more physical presence, something to aim at if they need to go long. And we have seen him combine well with Eduardo Vargas. So we're back underway then, here in Rio de Janeiro. Brazil get us underway. And the reigning champions and hosts really need to go up a gear here. Confirmation of that change. Roberto Firmino off for Lucas Paquetá. Neymar with an early touch in this second half. Just knocking it over there towards Danilo. Back to Fred. And then Lodgi. Charlison with him, but looks to go past Isla on the outside. Isla stays with him. Instead, the ball's thread into Fred. Flicked on the edge from Casemiro. It's really intricate stuff. Lucas Paquetá could be in behind here. And Lucas Paquetá, with the instant impact off the bench, gives Brazil the lead. 1 minute into the second half. And we have our breakthrough. An inspired substitution. An element of good fortune in the way that it bobbled around in the penalty area. There's a little flick here from Lucas Paquetá. Neymar then tried to return the ball. I think Chile are hopefully claiming there may have been a shove here from Lucas Paquetá as he just went past the challenge, the weak challenge in truth of Sebastian Vegas. But the substitute, with a minute on the pitch, keeps his cool, shrugs off Gary Medel and fires it low past Claudio Bravo. Full of praise for Chile in the first half, limiting to Brazil to almost nothing. And a minute after the restart, the Canaries find their way through. Well, it's a long way back when you go behind against this Brazil side. So dangerous if you leave any spaces at all in behind. And now Chile have no option but to come forward. Really heavy challenge there. And it's a red card. Well, this second half has really come to life. Gabriel Jesus sent off just minutes after Brazil lead. And if there was a lack of drama in the first 45 minutes, then stay right where you are with this one. It's a crazy challenge from Gabriel Jesus. Catches Eugenio Mena right under the chin with his boot. Patricio Lustau has no option but to send him off. He knows it as well. Look at the reaction from Gabriel Jesus. Brazil down to 10 men, moments after taking the lead. And could this be the opportunity for Chile? An extraordinary start to this second half. Just as I was comparing the lack of drama that we saw in the first quarter-final between Peru and Paraguay, the second half delivers. A goal and a red card within minutes. And if the door was just beginning to slowly close on Chile, a foot has firmly been put in place now. Gabriel Jesus gets the long walk off the pitch. Brazil down to 10 men. Remember, Gabriel Jesus was sent off in the 2019 Copa America final against Peru. On that occasion, Brazil were able to finish off the job with 10 men. But again, Gabriel Jesus has left his side in the lurch here. 40 minutes of normal time still remain. Brazil lead by a goal to nil, but will have to play the remainder with just 10. And if the goal had just deflated Chile a little, that red card will certainly have boosted them. Reminder there of the lineups then: Ederson in goal, Danilo, Marquinhos, Thiago Silva, Renan Lodgi, Casemiro, Fred, Lucas Paquetá has come on to replace Roberto Firmino and scored the goal. Neymar and Richarlison complete the 10. Richarlison still on the pitch for the time being, probably playing more as a central striker. Gabriel Jesus off. Just the one change at the break for Chile. Alexis Sanchez succumbing to injury once more. Then Brereton Diaz. One of the stories of this Copa America comes on, and what a story it could be if the Englishman could find a goal here against Brazil. Chile come forward. Here's Mena. Recovered from that boot to the face from Gabriel Jesus. Pulgar into Brereton Diaz, who spins and wins a free kick. Casemiro irate at the decision. There is Alexis Sanchez once again. It's his calf, the injury that's kept him out of the entire tournament before tonight. And once again sees Alexis Sanchez on the bench. Ben Brereton Diaz, his substitute at half-time, wins a free kick in a very promising position. Pulgar. Looks as though he's now been left standing over the ball as Martin Lasarte in deep discussion with his coaching staff. They know this is an opportunity. Pulgar. The free kick over the wall and over the crossbar. Decent strike there from Pulgar. Not too far away. Ederson fairly comfortable in the end, just was able to watch it over the top, but the Fiorentina midfielder who missed the defeat against Paraguay, proving his worth once again this evening. Richarlison back defending, as he'll have to do plenty of, you'd imagine. Mauricio Isla waiting on this throw, eventually takes it, goes back to Sierralta. But the mood has really changed in just a matter of moments. Here's Medel. Just the ball there, and here is Richarlison into Neymar. Neymar turns, got a little bit of space to run into here. Doesn't have too many options up with him, eventually finds Paquetá. Back into Neymar, who immediately has 3 players around him. Strong challenge on Neymar by Mena. It's going to be a free kick to Brazil, right out on that far touchline. Concerned look on Chiche's face. A dream start to the second half. And then a moment of utter madness from Gabriel Jesus. Free kick for Brazil. Neymar swings this one into the box. Lenny challenging, it drops to Casemiro. There's going to be a free kick given already. Casemiro can't wait. Once again, Marquinhos, the target, gets up well. It's a good defensive header by Francisco Sierralta. The Chilean defence, on the whole, has been very good this evening. Brereton Diaz tries to work it down that left for Mena. Pulgar flips this one towards Mena, looking for that run in behind. Lucas Paquetá was with him, but Mena in the end just couldn't keep it in play. Well, this was the goal. A little touch there around the corner from Paquetá, and then in the end just shrugged for the challenges to get into the 6-yard box. Sebastian Vegas, who was excellent in the first half, should have done better. Gary Medel tried to recover. Paquetá does well just to get his body in the way. And at that point, you really would have put money on Brazil being able to see this one out comfortably, just as they do so often against South American opposition. We see it time and time again in World Cup qualifying as well, where Brazil, you get the feeling, without even getting out of maybe second gear, able just to do enough and then see out the result. The red card really changes things, and now Brazil trying to persuade Patricio Lustau maybe just to level things up. It's going to be a yellow card. A yellow card to Francisco Sierralta, the Watford defender. Yellow card to Francisco Sierralta. The boot was high, and there wasn't a huge amount of contact, certainly not comparable with the offence that saw Gabriel Jesus walk, but Francisco Sierralta will need to be a little careful now. Was booked during the group stage, Sierralta, but start from scratch again in the knockout round, so he'll be available in the semi-final should Chile overcome the odds and overcome this deficit. Neymar with the corner into the wall. Thiago Silva fires it out to Neymar again. A couple of step overs and Neymar goes on the outside. He's got Isla with him, and Isla does well to hold Neymar up and then comes in with a strong challenge to win the ball. Well played by Mauricio Isla. Well played. 125th appearance this evening for Mauricio Isla. And still proving his worth. Here he is again. Now he's just flicked that one out of play. Player down. Aranguis. Well, there's certainly no reason for Chile to be wasting time, so I don't see how there could be much conversation. It's just their little hand in the face. Neymar it is. There's nothing really in it, I don't think. Aranguis ends up off the pitch, which is maybe why Brazil weren't too happy with Chile just allowing the ball to go out, and I think that's exactly what Neymar's saying. No confusion over this drop ball, and instead, no, it's going to be a throw-in and throw into Brazil. And now it's Chile's turn to argue with the officials as they want the ball back. I don't think they're going to get it.
Now it's Chile's turn to argue.
An hour gone then here in Rio de Janeiro, and things are getting a little bit spicy now. Brazil take the throw. Thiago Silva sportingly does in fact give the ball back. Hits it upfield to Claudio Bravo. Brazil lead by a goal to nil. Down to 10 men. Gabriel Jesus sent off moments after Lucas Paquetá gave them the lead. Here's Brereton Diaz, looks to work it to Vargas, can't find him, and Aranguis wins the free kick. Terrific performance so far from Chales. Aranguis, another one of those vital players from this generation. Doesn't get the headlines in the way that Medel or Vargas, Sanchez do, but absolutely instrumental. Terrific career as well in Germany with Bayer Leverkusen. The free kick comes in, there's a chance here, and it's in! No, called off for offside. For a moment, Chile thought they were level. Oh, we'll need to take a look at the replay. It's floated in here. I think, yeah, there's a line of them that just a fraction off. Eric Pulgar gets there, keeps it alive, and then it's put in by Eduardo Vargas. But the most marginal of offside decisions. Looks to have maintained Brazil's lead. Well, we're going to get VAR check on that just to make sure, but I think the linesman got it right. We need to see another angle as Chile prepare a substitution. Carlos Palacios was the man down there about to come on. Very exciting young winger, 20 years of age. Only made one appearance so far at this year's Copa America as a sub against Argentina. Moved to Brazilian side Internacional at the start of the year, but it's one of the top talents in Chile. And they'll be hoping the introduction of his pace and trickery could turn this one round. Patricio Lustau still checking with the VAR officials on that offside decision. A nervous wait for Brazil, who, has to be said, feel fairly confident, judging by how they're reacting to this wait, that it will come back in their favour. And we will see that substitution now instead. Patricio Lustau has already confirmed the offside decision. And it's an attacking change. Sebastián Vegas one of the three central defenders makes way for talented young winger Carlos Palacios. And this could be a big moment in the game. Brazil down to 10 men, defending a 1-0 lead. And now, Chile go for broke. Well, this will certainly be a test of Brazil's title credentials if they can overcome the adversity here caused by that red card. This is certainly not the same Chile that we saw lose to Paraguay less than a week ago in that final group. Plenty more desire on show tonight. They trail Brazil by a goal to 0, but do not write off La Roja. Ball adjudged to have gone out of play. Chile quickly get us back going with a quick throw. Here's Gary Medel, now playing in a back two with Ciralda. Or two central defenders, I should say. Mauricio Isla and Eugenio Mena, the fullback, still there, but still going to be tasked, you'd have thought, with providing some of that width. Back four now, rather than a back five. Chile smell blood in the water, and there's a break forward here for Isla. Fred comes across well to intercept, and Richarlison then loses the ball to Carlos Palacios. Palacios wants a free kick. He won't get one. And Neymar has it. Tries to nutmeg Arturo Vidal. And it's out for a throw. And no surprise to see those possession stats now edging in favour of Chile. Carlos Palacios, the 20-year-old, straight into the action. Nothing given there against Casemiro. But keep an eye on Palacios when he does get on the ball. Chance maybe for Brazil. Here's Neymar. It's 2-on-2 for a moment. Neymar goes on the outside of Ciralda. Neymar into the box. Neymar still going. It's a great save. Claudio Bravo keeps Chile in this one. Terrific stop from Bravo. Just for a moment, it opened up for Brazil. It opened up for Neymar, who's been shackled so far. Arturo Vidal tries to calm his teammates down. At 1-0, they're still in this. At 2-0 against 10 men could be a bridge too far. Well, just a warning sign then for Chile, who've taken off that defender. And that's what happens in the space that can be left. Here's Palacios at the other end, brings it down well on his chest, goes back to Isla, and here's Vidal. Pulgar. Mena. Back to Eric Pulgar. Vidal. Into Vargas. He's losing out there, and Neymar can bring it away once more. Goes on the outside of Gary Medel, knowing he's got the pitbull for pace. Neymar, only one-to-way man in the box, and Ciralda's in the way to head it away. Very little Neymar could do there. Vidal opens it up here for Isla. Richarlison tracks back with the full-back, and Palacios turns away from Fred. Palacios can't quite find Vargas there, and Richarlison picks up the loose ball. Neymar. Little nutmeg there again on Ciralda, and then Neymar goes to the ground. Patricio Lustal's not having any of it, and Chile are certainly in no mood to put the ball out. Aranguis. Vidal. Isla. Palacios. Vidal is trying to find a way into the Brazilian penalty area now. They go from right to left. Mena crosses. Brereton Diaz flicks it on. It's looping. It's off the crossbar. Off the crossbar. Chile are knocking. Here's Isla. Cross from the right this time. No, lays it 1-2 with Palacios, and eventually Brazil get a foot on the ball. Richarlison. And the tackles come flying in. It's going to be a throw to Chile. Well, I think Fred probably has a decent argument that he got caught there by Arturo Vidal. And Chiche can't believe it. Well, this was just moments ago. A looping header from Ben Brereton Diaz. I don't think Ederson would have got there. He was scrambling as it just dropped onto his crossbar. Terrific header from the Blackburn man. 20 minutes remain here. And Chile are pushing. Here's Vargas. Can't get away. It could drop here from Aranguis. Tackle in the box. Claims for a penalty. Nothing given, and Brazil can break away again. Neymar. Neymar beats Serralta for pace and then heads off down the right. Mena's back, tracking him. Still Neymar. Lays it off for Danilo. Danilo in space, takes the shot on. Well held by Claudio Bravo. And Ben Brereton Diaz brings Chile forward the other way. Aranguis. Held up by Marquinhos. But what a 20 minutes we have in store here. Vidal driving Chile forward as ever. Palacios. Vidal. Pulgar out to Mena on the left. Brereton Diaz dropping in there just to get the ball into feet, but really ideally they need Brereton Diaz, as he just showed, in the box to give the option for the cross. It's well worked. Vidal can't quite thread that one through for Isla, but immediately Brazil cough up possession. Here's Vidal again. Floats it onto the far side for Mena. Mena into Aranguis. Clips it into the penalty area. Vargas is up. Renan Lodgi's there in front of him, and it's behind for a corner. Pressure, pressure, pressure here coming from Chile. Two years ago, in the quarter-finals, Brazil needed penalties to progress past Paraguay. 2 years on, they're fighting for their lives again here in the quarter-finals. They lead 1-0, down to 10 men. Chile on the attack. Isla floats that one to the back post. Vidal gets up, can't direct the header goalwards. Lucas Paquetá, the goal scorer, almost gives the ball away in a dangerous area, but it goes out for a goal kick. And Brazil could just breathe for a moment. Ederson will be in no rush to take this one.
Ederson, no rush to take this one.
Desperate just to keep hold of the ball and try and take some of the sting out of this Chilean side. Here's Neymar. Drops it back to Marquinhos. Casemiro turns away from Vidal. It's nice from Casemiro into the space and allowing Renan Lodgi to come forward. Renan Lodgi's got no one with him apart from Richarlison further out on the left. Lodgi's still going all the way into the penalty area. Turns away from one. It's a recovery challenge. Chile survive. And even without the options, Renan Lodgi almost was able to fashion a chance. Chile come back the other way. Arturo Vidal flashes one long, looking for Vargas. It's cut out by Thiago Silva. Richarlison. Fred. Neymar works the ball out to Lucas Paquetá, and he's got Danilo outside him. Danilo into Neymar. A terrific second half here of Danilo Dos Santos. Neymar in between two, still going. Neymar onto the edge of the box, surrounded, and wins a free kick. Terrific burst from Neymar, just when Brazil needed him. Nothing on, and the number 10, the mercurial number 10, sets off and wins the free kick there from Charles Aranguis, who just arrives, gives him that little shoulder charge in the back, and it's a free kick. Just a few yards outside the penalty area. Central enough as well.
Just a few yards outside the penalty area. Central enough as well.
But a big moment in this game. A little over 15 minutes of normal time. It's otherwise a moment in the game which is all Chile. They look the more dangerous side. Ben Brereton Diaz has just hit the crossbar. But Brazil, leading 1-0, have a free kick here. In the most dangerous position. The second goal could be curtains for Chile. If it stays at 1, we're in for an absolute barnstormer. Aranguiz, who gave away the free kick, lies down, the crocodile behind the wall. Neymar and Lucas Paquetá stand over it. Be astonished if it's not Neymar who takes this one, though. Neymar stutters into the wall, and Vargas will be able to clear. Neymar tries a little fancy footwork and wins a free kick. And then sets off and tussles with Mauricio Isla. Gisio Lustal just wondering, what on earth are you doing? Blown his whistle long before Neymar set off on that run. Didn't quite work out, I don't think, the little trick he was trying, but it managed to get past Eduardo Vargas. Vidal had a go. Third or fourth time of asking, and Chile make a change here. It's as though Eric Pulgar just came off. Yellow card being shown as well. This was the disallowed goal. It's marginal but correct. We'll just confirm that yellow card we just saw earlier. It was Carlos Palacios, the substitute, showing the yellow. And there was a substitution as well. I think Jean Meneses, another forward, has come on for Chile. Here he is, the substitute Meneses, over on that far side. Meneses on for Pulgar. An attacking 11 out there for Chile for these final stages as they chase the game. Brereton Diaz, who came on. Vargas. Play on, says the referee. Isla, opportunity to cross, decides against it, goes back to Vidal. Here's Meneses. Goes back to Aranguiz. Aranguiz and Vidal now operating as that central midfield too. Vargas takes the shot on from distance. It hit Vidal. Comes down. It's a terrific stop from Edison. Meneses it was, the substitute. The ball ricocheting into his path. And a powerful shot on goal. Required a strong hand from Edison to put it over the crossbar. Corners taken quickly. Mena crosses, flashes across the face of goal.
Corners taken quickly. Mena crosses, flashes across the face of goal.
Oh, a test of Chiche's management. And look at the strain on the Brazil coach. Mena. As Meneses with him now over on that left-hand side, and here comes the substitute. Cuts inside onto his right. Lays it off at Aranguiz and into Vidal. Out wide there for Carlos Palacios. Palacios goes on the outside of Richarlison, cuts back, then crosses to the left. Headed down by Casemiro and Fred. can get it clear, looking for Neymar as an outlet. Serralta comes across. In the end, loses track of the ball. It goes out for a throw. Well, with Vidal and Aranguis holding of sorts in Chile, the two real midfielders left on the pitch. You've got Isla and Mena coming forward from fullback, and then Palacios, Meneses, Vargas and Brereton Diaz making up almost a front four. 10 minutes of normal time remains for the 10 men of Brazil to hold on. Aranguis. Here's Meneses. Vidal. Fred holds him up. Vargas works it out to Mena. Vargas dropping deep, looking to get involved in the play here alongside Vidal. And Vidal just plays Aranguis short there. They win the ball back immediately. Aranguis spins and plays the ball into space for Isla. Isla crosses towards Vargas. He takes it off the head, I think, of Meneses in the end, and Brazil can bring it away. Here's Richarlison. It's only Richarlison and Neymar really getting forward, and Richarlison does really well. Gets away from two. Neymar coming forward. He's got Lucas Paquetá with him as well. Neymar looks to go through the middle. Gary Medel stands firm. Chile comes straight back the other way. End-to-end stuff. Meneses. Nice little ball up into the box. The shot comes in. It's off target. Palacios, who took the shot on, just looked to open up his body and look for that far corner. Miscued it. So we take another look at the decisive moment, the goal so far. Lucas Paquetá, a minute after the restart. The goal that has Brazil in front here. And it was all smiles at that point. Until a minute later, when Gabriel Jesus was sent off. Ederson has just been shown a yellow card for a spot of time wasting. No real surprise about that as we enter the final 9 minutes. Lucas Paquetá brings that one down, and as he has 3 white shirts swarm around him, Paquetá just tries to keep possession. He does well to win a throw off Meneses. Meneses trying to get Brazil to take this as quickly as possible, throws the ball back to Danilo.
Meneses tries to take this as quickly as possible.
And now Chile have a throw, and they can get us back underway and try and get back up the other end. Running out of time if they're going to find an equaliser. Claudio Bravo. Medel, Isla.
Claudio Bravo. Isla.
Aranguis. Brazil digging in positionally and mentally, very good.
Digging in positionally, mentally, very good.
Underrated aspect of this Brazil team, really, in truth, their ability to be able to see out games.
Underrated aspect of this
Vidal over the top, looking for Mena. It's going to run out of play. Out for a throw on the far side. Medel. Chile come forward again. Pressure in the Brazil half, but as yet unable to find a way through. Medel lays it off for Isla. Palacios flicks the ball away from Renan Lodge really well. Richarlison gets back to help out the fullback. Gets caught by Palacios, and I think Richarlison will stay down here for as long as possible. Well, Palacios has been booked already since coming on and was late into this one. Richarlison stepping across, winning the ball, and then just getting caught by Palacios. It will be the last involvement for Richarlison this evening. Has worked really hard, both defensively and trying to get forward and provide still an attacking threat. Well, it looked as though he was going off. He's not. He's just trotted up, down. And he's going to have to turn around and come back and defend, because Chile are straight back on the attack. Casemiro gets a foot in. Vargas picks up the loose ball. And then Richarlison gets back to intercept. Richarlison, and then he's down on the deck again. Richarlison clattered into by Aranguis. Plenty of shouting going on. This is one for Patricio Lustau to try and decipher. Brazil doing a very good job of just running the clock down here. They can do no more. We're back underway. Chile. 86 minutes on the clock. Still trail Brazil by a goal to nil. Vidal lays it off for Mena. Back to Vidal, but they need to get the ball into the Brazil box. Aranguis. Palacios. Palacios delivers the cross. It's hung up towards the back post, but Edison can come and collect. It's a good catch from Edison, under pressure. It's a good catch from Edison. Edison just goes long, knowing it's going to come back, just getting away from the Brazil goal. Here's Aranguis. Chile comes straight back at them. Isla getting forward into Brereton Diaz. Brereton Diaz looks for the return for Isla. It's good defending from Thiago Silva, who steps across. Needs to be a little bit more invention here from Chile if they're going to break down this very well-drilled Brazil side. Neymar again goes on the outside of Sid Alta. Cuts back and then looks for the free kick and wins it. Arturo Vidal goes into the book, finally, some might suggest. Slamming the ball into the surface. And his displeasure. Neymar knew exactly what was coming there. Beat Serralta for pace one way. Cut the ball back the other way. And as soon as that arm came up and he felt any kind of contact, was always going to go to ground, knowing he'd get that free kick. A final roll of the dice maybe for Chile. Diego Valencia on for Charles Aranguis. And the more the sides argue, the more time's wasted. Only 90 seconds now of normal time remains. And Neymar heads for the corner. Eventually, it springs clear. Vidal will get there and he'll let it go behind for a goal kick, and he'll quickly throw it back to Claudio Bravo to get us back going. Vidal. Palacios works it out there to Meneses. Tries to run at Danilo. Still has the ball and is working his way down towards the corner flag and wins a corner. It's taken very quickly. Maybe a little too quickly for the rest of his teammates. Maybe would have been better off, a better opportunity to get everyone forward. Instead, the header comes in. It takes a deflection off a Chile player. Breaks again to Vargas. Twists away from one challenge, and eventually Marquinhos steps in. Brazil, can they get the ball clear? Well, once again, a cheap free kick is given away. Renan Lodgi goes to ground, and as we approach stoppage time, Brazil can waste more precious seconds over a free kick. Couple of changes coming up for Brazil as they look to waste more of the 6 minutes of stoppage time. Edison can take his time over this free kick while we have those changes. Well, Richarlison is now eventually being replaced. Slowly making his way off the pitch. As Everton comes on, and so too Eder Militao for Renan Lodgi. 5 minutes left here in Rio de Janeiro. The champions holding on for dear life.
5 minutes left. The champions holding on.
Will this game have a sting in the tail?
Will this game have a sting in the tail?
Fred, Neymar with two with him, now three, and Neymar just goes towards the corner. A little back heel finds Everton. Fred still tucked onto that left wing, and Everton can't get the return ball. Chile finally have it, they can try and come forward. Here's Carlos Palacios now on the far side of the pitch, bringing the ball forward. Palacios still coming, lays it off. But really, Chile have to be moving the ball forward quicker. Here's Vidal. Medel. Back to Vidal. Plenty of white shirts lining up on the edge of the Brazil 18-yard box, just waiting for some kind of service. Meneses on the far side. Meneses just needs to find a cross here. Does so, clips it towards Vargas. Marquinhos is up well. Headed only as far as Ciraldo, who heads it down to Carlos Palacios. Palacios has Mena on the outside. Mena crosses this time once again. Lucas Paquetá on this occasion is the man to head it away, and Neymar can put his foot on the ball. Here's Lucas Paquetá, the goal scorer. Paquetá tries to get away from two and does well to win Brazil a throw. We've had half our allotted stoppage time minutes. Brazil expertly seeing this one out so far. They have 3 minutes more to do so. Ciraldo goes back to Medel. Medel beckons his teammates forward. Fired long towards Meneses, who brings it down well, and once again one-on-one with Danilo. This time lays it off short. Chile come over to this near side with Isla. Vidal. Vidal's caught there late by Fred, but play will go on. And Vidal makes a beeline for the penalty area. Meneses crosses, it hits Danilo. It's going to be behind for a corner. Corner kick to Chile. 2 minutes remaining. They trail Brazil by a goal to nil. A place in the Copa semi-final awaits. Headed away once more. Ball still loose into the penalty area. Eder Militao's up well. And at the second time of asking, clips it forward to Neymar. Neymar, Everton and Lucas Paquetá are forwarded. And Neymar finds the pass with the outside of the boot. Lucas Paquetá just can't quite take it in his stride. That could have been all over if he was able just to get in behind it. Ben Brereton Diaz brings it back the other way for Chile. Brereton Diaz lays it off for Meneses. Can't quite find that pass inside for Vidal. Brazil break away. Neymar, 1 against 2. Neymar still in no real hurry to get forward. He's got space to play with and just lays it off into more space for Everton, who makes a run forward. Everton actually comes into the penalty area, lays it off. Casemiro leaves it. It's a challenge on Neymar, an important challenge. A wag of the finger from the referee, no penalty. Chile come back the other way. Can't find the ball in behind for Eduardo Vargas, but he manages to outmuscle Eder Militao. Vargas, Carlos Palacios. One last chance maybe for Chile. Vargas finds Palacios. Palacios takes a shot on and it's over the crossbar with less than a minute to play. That could be it for Chile. Oh, Carlos Palacios. Saw his name there in the lights with less than a minute to go. Excellent challenge from Meneses on Neymar in the box. Desperate claims for a penalty. Absolutely nothing given, but as Chile went up the other end, Carlos Palacios couldn't test Ederson. Thiago Silva now down. Seeing out the final few seconds. Jussi Lustau may add a little bit more, but Brazil are almost there. We've had our 6 minutes. The question is now, is there enough time still for Chile to get one last attack? Here they come. Maybe, just maybe. White shirts flood towards the Brazil penalty area. One last cross into the box. Perhaps it's charged down. The chance may have gone. Casemiro tells his team to get out. Don't sit so deep. Vargas can't control it. Drops the Neymar, and that could be it. Neymar lays it off to Everton. Everton runs into the Chile half, finds Neymar. Neymar still. Neymar has Lucas Paquetá in space. Claudio Bravo spots the danger, was off his line quickly. Hoofs it forward. Maybe there's time for one last chance. Still, Chile come forward. We've almost had 97 minutes here. Ben Brereton Diaz lays it off for Carlos Palacios. Palacios wriggles away from Fred. Carlos Palacios, can he find the cross? Lays it inside. It's a step in there. And that will surely be it now. One last look from Patricio Lustau, and there is the final whistle. Brazil 1, Chile 0. The champions fall to their knees, onto their backs. They've really had to work for this one. But the reigning champions and Copa America favourites and hosts, Brazil, are into the semi-finals. Lucas Paquetá's goal is enough.